welcome into Undisputed here on FS1. I'm Jen Hale, that's Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp. Good morning, gentlemen. How are you today?
Good morning.
Jerry Jones just woke up and did something. He just stole the show by stealing Stephon Gilmore. We are back, baby.
So now you give up 10 points and still lose 10-7.
We're going to be shutting them out. We're going to be the Baltimore Ravens at 2,000 all over.
5 cases say you don't win the bowl.
Win the bowl?
Yeah, that's what you just, hold on. You just spent the whole...
We just spent a whole season sitting on the bowl.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, right?
You're going to be there right there again.
Yeah.
Right there again. I bet you don't be in Vegas next year.
Be in Vegas?
Yeah, that's where the Super Bowl's at.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, that's where the Super Bowl. I bet
you're way ahead of me.
Yeah, I bet you don't be there.
Okay, I bet we'll be there.
Yeah, we'll. Yeah, we, us.
Okay.
We don't play for the Cowboys.
Right,
We don't play for the Cowboys,
right.
though.
Let's dive in. A ton to unpack with all of this free agency frenzy. Let's start, though, gentlemen, with Aaron Rodgers, shall we? He has reportedly given the Jets a free agent wish list, despite, no, he's not officially part of the team, at least not yet. Okay, on Rodgers' list, former Packer teammates Alan Lazard, Randall Cobb, and Mercedes Lewis. The Jets have already reportedly agreed to a 4-year deal with Lazard, and they're in talks right now with Cobb and Lewis. Odell Beckham Jr. was also on that list, but it's not known if he's been in contact with the team. I don't know, cart before the horse? Shannon, what do you think? Is Rodgers going to agree to play for the Jets? Is that what this means?
Man, Skip, if he does, this will be the dumbest move the Jets have made in quite some time. And they've made a lot of dumb moves. Skip, have they not watched anything that has transpired in Green Bay?
It's a good question.
Everything that he's wanted, they've given him. And for what? He wanted Randall Cobb. They went and got Randall Cobb back. He wanted this one. He wanted that one. Skip, Mercedes Lewis is the only current player in the NFL that doesn't call me Unc. He calls me Big Bro because he's damn near old as I am.
True.
And they want him for what? If you look at their fourth and fifth receiver, the second and third receivers last year, Tyler Conklin and Corey Davis. One had 552, the other had 536. That's more yards than Cobb and Lewis had combined.
That's true.
And you want them to do what? You just signed C.J. Uzomah last year from Cincinnati.
Yep.
And you want Mercedes Lewis to come in. Skip, last year he had a grand total of 6 catches for 66 yards. And that's going to do what? You want somebody to talk to Aaron Rodgers? You want somebody to keep him company? How about this here? Aaron, when you sign your name on the dotted line, we'll try to accommodate these guys. So let me ask you this, Skip. Let's just say for the sake of argument, and that's what we do. We're arguing right now. We're really not. But we're having a healthy discussion.
Yep.
Okay, I've signed Alan Lazard. I'll possibly need him because there's a chance that Corey Davis is going to be a cap casualty. He's in the final year, $10.6 million, no money guaranteed. Okay, you say Alan Lazard is an upgrade over Corey Davis. I got you, no problem.
All right.
Okay, now I go out and sign Mercedes Lewis. I go out and I sign Randall Cobb. Aaron Rodgers doesn't sign. Now what? And
Well, it's Nathaniel Hackett all over again, right?
Did they not see what? And also, by the way, I would like to have OBJ. So you want to have the guy that's coming off 2 ACL surgeries in the last year and
Who wants 20 million? Yep.
We got to pay you $60 million. We just gave, it's reported that Alan Lazard inked the deal 4 years, $44 million.
Yep.
And you want Cobb, and you want Lewis, and you want us to sign OBJ. And by the way, you haven't even signed yet. So instead of you worried about whether they're going to sign or not, how about you ink your name on the dotted line, and then we can talk about maybe signing one of these guys or 2 of these guys. But Skip, it just doesn't make sense for me, is that here he is again, and the Jets have learned nothing from the mistakes that Green Bay has made over the last 5 years. Give him everything he wants, and still he's going to be unhappy. And still he's going to be, this and that and this and that. So I don't know what the Jets are going to do because the thing is, Skip, they're so starved. They feel like they have a team that can contend if they have a quarterback because they feel the pieces around are very good, outstanding defense, offensive rookie of the year in Garrett Wilson. They have some nice pieces.
Yep.
And they feel the only thing that's holding them back is the quarterback. But that guy, be careful. Because you're not careful, that guy will hold you back also.
He will. All extremely well said by you. As you know, I have never been much of an Aaron Rodgers fan, and I first guessed this way back when, even before he went on that road trip to his one and only Super Bowl far away long ago. I said, I don't trust this guy. Blame deflecting, finger pointing diva, low in leadership intangibles, and low in postseason clutchness. I saw it from the start. I stuck by it. He did break through. They went on the road. Michael Vick made one bad choice at the end of that game. One bad throw. That's all it was. One bad throw into his end zone that was caught by a Packer that saved the game, or maybe we wouldn't be having even this conversation. And yet they did go on the road and took Jay Cutler at Soldier Field, getting hurt at the end of the first half and sitting on the exercise bike the whole second half. And Aaron Rodgers got outplayed in that second half by the immortal Caleb Haney, but they survived and they went to the Super Bowl. God bless them. He won it. He was the MVP.
Hey, remember, Skip, they got that pick six by B.J. Raji.
They did.
So it wasn't like he scored a boatload of points.
At Chicago.
At Chicago,
I agree.
yes.
Because Chicago, believe it or not, had home field NFC Championship game advantage.
Yes.
Okay. But they won. And then since then, if the Jets look closely at what has happened, even though he has won some MVPs, he's won since the Super Bowl, he's won three MVPs. He's also 7-9 in the postseason. And as you and I keep beating over the head, the last 3 years, he was MVP with #1 seed and blew a home game at the NFC Championship game. First one he ever had at home, he lost to Brady in that game, and he stunk at the end of that game because he had it 1st and goal at the 8. Followed up next year, he's MVP, and he's got the #1 seed, and he stinks it up against Jimmy Garoppolo at home in the divisional round game. So your first playoff game, you lose that. This past year, they had a virtual playoff game at home against a division rival they have owned over the years, the Detroit Lions. And all you got to do is beat the Lions to make it into the back door of the playoffs, and you can't even beat the Lions at home. So that's the guy you're going after. He's 39 years of age. But to your point that you always made to me, he is a transcendent thrower of the football, and he can still spin it and wing it. We got it. And it gives you hope, a team that's been starved, that really hasn't had a superstar quarterback since Joe Namath. We get it. And all the pieces seem to be pretty much in place everywhere.
Yes.
And all of a sudden, you got a shot to get this guy. And I'm looking at the odds this morning, and the Jets, I guess the odds makers think this is a done deal because they have already vaulted ahead of the Cowboys into the 6th overall odds in some houses. I think MGM and Caesars have already vaulted the Jets up to the 6th best odds to win the Super Bowl. The reason I'm getting a great kick out of this is I still believe in my heart of hearts that Aaron Rodgers really doesn't want to have to go to New York and be the savior of the New York Jets. Because he's trying everything in his power. Okay, well, if you give me this, then maybe I'll think strongly about it. If you give me this, if you give me the Empire State Building, and if you throw in, give me a backyard, I need Central Park to be my new backyard, right?
And maybe a summer home in Sag Harbor.
So, okay, give me all that, and then maybe I'll think about it. Then I'll seriously consider it. But he's putting himself on a hotter and hotter seat because the more they do to make good on his wish list, the harder it's going to be for him to say no because he's going to look like the all-time bad guy. He looks bad enough through the controversy of he lied about his vaccination and all the things that he's done in Green Bay, going Brett Favre on him every offseason. He's like beyond Brett Favre now. I think he has. He's eclipsed Brett Favre in being a bad offseason guy,
well, he always wanted to do that. So
he did. He eclipsed him.
An MVP?
Yeah, he did. He did. Okay, you got me. But now he's in a really crossfire bind here because I don't think he wants to play for the Jets, but the more they do for him, they got Nathaniel Hackett. They're getting piece after piece. If they, I don't know how they're going to get Odell under their cap, but again, if they go keep doing this, that, and this and that for Aaron Bleepin Rodgers, at some point he's going to have a really hard time saying no.
Right.
But again, the Packers clearly want him gone by all indications. Everybody I know, all my sources, all my Green Bay sources, everybody you've heard from, everybody you've talked to, they are done. So now it's a situation where Aaron's like a man without a team because he doesn't want to go there. He wants to finish in his comfort zone in Green Bay. Right? And they don't want him anymore because what a comfort zone it could be because you're scheduled to make, what is 60, what can we call it?
$59.5.
$59.5 million.
You're going to be the highest paid player pretty much by far in pro football to finish out your career at 39, and then he's got one more year at 40 in Green Bay, where the expectations are low for you because Packer Nation loves you because you've done so much. You did win them a long ago Super Bowl, and you've won those 4 MVPs. And every year you said, I don't know if I want to do this again. Please come back, Aaron. Please come back. So you've got Packer Nation on its knees for you once again.